welcome to West Middle School. My name is Chris Taylor. I'm the director of bands here, and on behalf of our 6th grade bands and our 7th grade bands, I would like to welcome you to our 6-7 concert. You gotta just steer into the skid, folks. It's middle school. So here's what we've got for you tonight. We're going to start off with our 6th grade band. They are in year 2. This is 2 combined bands, half in 6th hour, half in 7th hour. We're going to start off by playing some things out of our book. I won't stop in between each piece, but I will stop to tell you kind of the idea of a few in a row. The first 2 we're going to play for you are warm-up pieces. We are getting the band ready to play. We're getting our sound-focused fingers warmed up, air moving through the lungs, kind of just focusing after we had crazy passing time and then everybody getting ready. So these are 2 that you would hear right at the start of our rehearsal. So we're going to play Tone Builder and a Correct. To a very familiar tune, Old MacDonald. This is one that you might have heard last year, but we're going to put a middle school spin on it. We're going to play it and sing it for you. We actually use some singing in our warm-ups for rehearsal, where I will have the students read a rhythm, clap a rhythm, and then sing a rhythm before they finally get to play it on their instruments. It just uses their brains in a little bit different way, and it helps to make that connection with what they're seeing on the board as far as rhythms in their warm-up go. I'm going to tell them the name of the animal. They have no idea. They've been dying to know what our animal is. He had a saber, and a saber says, "Ram." Ready? Great. lesson book, that's what we're playing out of right now, obviously in lessons and in our rehearsals. In this book, the students learn new notes, sixth grade. Students are learning new notes, new rhythms, new musical concepts, and we'd like to demonstrate a couple of those for you in our next two tunes. First up we have is Alouette. This is a French-Canadian folk song. In this, the students learned ties, which is when you literally tie two rhythms together and hold it for that many beats. And then we're going to play a slow, quiet song for you. So the band had to play a slow tempo and a quiet dynamic level, which I'm really excited because there's like 104 sixth graders on stage to hear what quiet for 104 sixth graders is. We'll experience this together for the first time. And that song is called Morning from the Edvard Grieg Suite Heroine. So we have a really awesome lesson book, Essential Elements. Teaches some really great stuff. But now that we're in middle school, we get into full band pieces right away. And our first two that we like to play for you is called Attack the Garden Gnomes. In this piece, you will hear a story of those delightful lawn ornaments coming alive and seeking their revenge for what they believe is years of mistreatment and neglect by the people who have just left them in the yard. I'm assuming Minnesota winters are what took them over the edge. People that forgot to bring them in. You will hear the gnomes marching through the streets and the people's reactions during this song. So here is Attack of the Garden Gnomes. Thank you very much. We've got one more piece, and it's one that I'm extremely excited to share with you. Shh, sixth grade. Shh. Now I know that everybody in this room has a middle schooler at their house. I have one myself. And we know what a special thing it is to have a middle school student. Some of you may have more than one. I have over 100 sixth graders. So I'd like to invite you to just peek into what it is like to work at a middle school with our final piece called Popcorn Prelude. Now, I like to make my popcorn on the stove, and I love to hear those kernels popping and hitting the lid. I wish I could see inside, but I kind of know what it's like to have a kettle full of popcorn popping, and crazy they don't know which way they're going, but they know what they need to do. Because that's what we do here at the middle school. And it's a lot of fun, and we get a pretty awesome thing when it's all said and done. So, we're going to play you a piece called Popcorn Prelude. You will see some popping, and as soon as they're done, they're going to head down the side and back. We're going to switch out for 7th grade, and we'll keep the concert going. 6th grade's last piece of the night is Popcorn Prelude. should have looked out in the house to see if we were all seated. Sorry. So this is the 7th grade band. We've got 4 tunes for you tonight, and our first piece is called A+, a precise prelude and excellent march. In your program, it just says an excellent march, and the reason for that is we're not going to play the prelude for you. The prelude is full of 16th note rhythms. A 16th note, you can hit 4 of them in one beat. They're really fast. And so we use the beginning of this piece for all 7th graders to start working on 16th note rhythms. And we're still learning. We're still working. If you come back in March, we're going to have them down cold. We're going to play some stuff with 16th notes, right? So there's a tease to come back in March. But this piece is called A+ because the composer, Thomas Duffy, wants you to know how ridiculously high our standards are in music. So in this, you're going to hear a march, a 41 measure march 2 times through. And the first time through, we're going to do our very best to play every single note, rhythm, articulation, dynamic, and rest correctly. In the second half, every student up here gets to make 1 mistake. There are 85 students on stage. Technically, that is a 99.7% correct play if every student gets 1 mistake, which is off the charts awesome. And it just goes to show that in music, we're really mean. We expect perfection, and your students are awesome enough to go, yeah, okay, deal, we got this. So here is A+, an excellent march. 2 times through, our best effort, and then only 1 mistake. shocked to know that they really liked when we practiced it with mistakes in it, as opposed to when we worked to play it perfectly. So our other three pieces on tonight's concert all tell us stories. Very different stories, but they all tell a story or leave some sort of visualization in your mind. Our next piece is called Stormchasing by William Owens. In this piece, you will hear the start of a thunderstorm. You will hear the raindrops falling, that effect done with snapping fingers throughout the band. You'll hear an ominous warning, and then the low brass and trumpets are going to come in and announce the start of the storm. As storms oftentimes do, they can come out of nowhere and all of a sudden just take off. So our next piece is Stormchasing by William Owens. Really fun to play and to work on. So our next piece, we're going to slow down a little bit. We're going to back off the dynamics and the intensity a lot. This piece is called Autumn Celebration, and it is not about our amazing tenor saxophone player Autumn Height, although she will tell you that it is every day of her music, whether you ask her. No, this piece, I'd like you to have an image of the leaves still on the trees with the nice oranges and yellows and reds. The sweater's just coming out of the closets, the cocoa's just warming up. You will hear a blend of sounds that will evoke warm, fall-like feelings and images in your head. So here is Autumn Celebration to relive my favorite season, if just one more time before... Did I snow this week? Maybe? I don't know. I hope not. But at least in here, we'll get a little more fall. Here's Autumn Celebration. was telling the 6th graders this tonight that we put in 10 and a half weeks of work on a 40-minute concert. And every minute of it is absolutely worth it to me. Your students are amazing. I have the best job in this school. I will disagree with anybody that says I don't. Music kids are the best kids. They just are. You have amazing students, and I'm just fortunate enough to get to be part of their lives and to make music with them. There's a couple other people I'd also like to thank besides you amazing families and music supporters. I need to thank Ms. Catherine Gubru, our choir teacher here, and my colleague. I am so very lucky to get to work with such a talented educator. She inspires me to continue to want to get better because she sets an amazing example. So can we have a round of applause for Ms. Gubru? I'll also thank our administration here at West Middle School, specifically Mr. Devine, our assistant principal. He's here tonight helping out, giving directions, helping students with issues, and just being an invaluable resource to me tonight. So thank you, Mr. Devine. We've got one more song. I want you to know that when the students are done, they're going to put their instruments away, and they will meet you out in the hall area out there. I am asking for any student that's willing to help move stuff back. We have a speaker tomorrow morning, so all of this pretty much needs to go back into the band room and get put away. They're not required, but I won't turn away free help in putting this all away before they leave. We're going to end with a pretty fun one. The story on this piece is that you are about to be trapped in a haunted house. And all of the crazy shenanigans that you would think are going to happen from being trapped in a haunted house are about to happen. And it will be a mad dash to the end to find out if we make it out of there or not. So thank you all for coming to our first concert. I can't wait to see you all in March to show off the work that I know they're going to put in to get ready for that next one. Our last piece of the night